Hello, IE Sports Radio fans, and welcome into the debut of the opening series, a brand new show here on IE Sports Radio. We are going to be recapping everything that has happened in the world of sports over the weekend for you. We know that the weekend is a time where there's a million things happening and you can't keep up with all of it all at once. That is what we are going to be here for. We are going to be diving into racing because it was Memorial Day weekend and everybody does all their racing, all the big ones, F1, NASCAR, and of course the granddaddy, the Indianapolis 500 down at the Brickyard Motor Speedway. We'll be checking in with those. We had a collegiate national champion crowned. We have the WNBA has gotten its season underway. So some teams are off to a red hot start. Some teams we've got some big questions about. We've got professional hockey going on, playoffs going on in one, and we had a champion crowned tonight. We've got that to get you caught up on, plus so much more and only so much time. This is the inaugural episode of the opening series here on IE Sports Radio. Buckle on up. Let's go racing. Let's have some fun. And good evening, everyone. Welcome on in. This is the inaugural episode of the opening series here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I am your host, Adam Karnik. Going to be trying something a little different here for you on our inaugural episode. We're going to be taking you through everything happening in the world of sports that happened this weekend. This is going to be a regular staple here on Monday nights. So if you are at all curious as to what has happened in the world of sports, we will be here for you. Going to be starting things off with racing here tonight because, of course, Memorial Day weekend, and happy Memorial Day weekend to everybody. Hope that you and your family all had a great one. And your loved ones, thank you to everybody that has served in our military as well, and especially to anyone that has lost a family member making the ultimate sacrifice. We are deeply appreciative of that. Memorial Day weekend, of course, that is the start of the racing weekend. So that is where we are going to be starting off our show. F1, NASCAR, and of course, the Indianapolis 500. We've got to get you caught up on those. But first, a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with your racing update. This is the opening series on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
And welcome back on in to the opening series here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I am your host, Adam Karnik. Quick note before we dive into the show, if you want to follow along with the station, you can do that on all of the social media platforms. We are available on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Just hit at IE Sports Radio, like, subscribe, follow, all those good things. And if you do, please be sure to drop us a note that you are subscribing because of this show, the opening series. We really do appreciate that. Gives us a little feather in our cap. This is our inaugural episode of this. So tonight's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to try to give you a flavor of what this show is going to be like. Memorial Day weekend is a huge weekend for auto racing sports. You've got all three of the major racing platforms, F1, IndyCar, and NASCAR, all going on the weekend. And we are going to start things off right there in F1 with the Monaco Grand Prix. Lando Norris dominating Monaco, gets his sixth career win, second win of the season here in the F1 series. To help us talk about that a little bit is the producer, CEO, host, every hat that you can name here at IE Sports Radio. He is the one and only Larry B. Larry, how are you doing here this evening?
Doing great, Adam. Thanks for having me, man, on this very first show. Brand new era of IE Sports Radio. So everybody out there, get used to it. These 5 shows are going to be so much fun. Sorry, we had some snags tonight, but it's all right. This show will usually be about an hour and a half ago, but it's all good. I'll tell you, this is going to be a really fun deal, and really excited to start things off. Catch me on Wednesday nights, of course, on the Defining Moment. Looking forward to that. But with that said, Adam, let's not delay anymore, man. Let's get it. This was a crazy Memorial Day weekend, except for this race, as it always is. This race sucks. I hate it. Everyone hates Monaco. Monaco is the worst race known to mankind. Can we please get rid of this stupid race? I'd rather watch paint dry. I mean, honestly, I think we would have way more competitiveness in the paint drying. You can't pass nobody. It's like racing in an alley. We always say you win Monaco on Saturday when qualifying, because if you start first, you're probably going to end first. If you start second, you're probably going to end second. If you start third, you're probably going to end third. Adam, I mean, take a wild guess. If you start fourth, you probably might end fourth. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. It's
unless you're the Bulls, in which case you start fifth, you finish 12th.
This is true. This is so true. I mean, it's the worst race known to mankind. It sucks. I wish we'd get rid of it. I was just on the extra mile right now. All of them agree. It's a sucky race. It's a sucky way to start out such a great day of racing. I wish they would switch it with a different kind of race. Maybe Circuit of Americas, because that would be really, really, really good to kind of feed into Memorial Day weekend. Anyway, that's about it. That race sucked, but congratulations to Lando Norris. McLaren's dominating this year. It's really crazy seeing it, but I love the fluctuation versus just one driver like Max or Lewis winning everything, or even Schumacher going a while back. So there you go.
there we go. And you know, the one thing for it too is if you took Monaco out of the F1 series, there would be a lot of people in this particular country that wouldn't even know that F1 existed. So it is kind of that you got to have it just so that you can pull in some new people. You hope anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we'll move on from there to one that absolutely, if this race didn't exist, almost no one in the country would know that this style of racing existed, and that is IndyCar, the Indianapolis 500, the big one, the granddaddy of them all. Take me back home to Indiana. The Brickyard there in Indianapolis. Alex Palou wins for the first time in the Indy 500, his 16th career win. But did I see this correctly, that he has won 5 out of the 6 races in IndyCar this season? What a season that Alex Palou is having.
Insanity. He needed this race to stamp his you are on the greatest of all time now conversation, because the guy's insane. I love him. He just keeps winning. He is like the Max Verstappen now of IndyCar. This is a great series. We're talking about the extra mile right now, of course, as well, with Darrell in the game, because IndyCar is a series where all the cars are actually equal. Yeah, it doesn't mean like a Formula One where the cars are built differently and better. Some are good, some are bad, whatever. Guys, this is a great series. Great race. It is the great American race. I were one of them. I love this race so much, and it delivered. So much crap happened through this thing. It was heartbreaking. Kyle Larson does the double, failed miserably. Poor guy. Maybe this is not going to happen for him. He did it twice in a row. Rain jacked him up twice. He crashed in both of these. When is it enough? Like Dale Jr. said at the end of this race. But anyway, end of the day, guys, I will say great drive here by Palou. He earned it, chasing down Ericsson. Heartbreak for him yet again. Oh, no Ericsson. But then I guess at the end of the day, guess what? All those cars on that team got freaking relegated to the end because of some faulty stuff, if you will say. So
yes, some shenanigans, we'll put it.
So if Ericsson would have won and Palou would have got second, Palou would have won anyway, except for without the celebration. So anyway, crazy, right? But crazy race. Loved it.
Yeah, it really was. It was 2 different races yesterday. You had in the first 100 laps, you had a half dozen cautions. You had 40 laps. Nearly half the race in the front half was raced under caution. The final 90 laps, no cautions. It was green flag racing all the way until literally the final lap. It ended under caution. But at that point, I don't think anybody was catching Palou anyway. He had not an insurmountable but he had a very solid lead on that last lap. It certainly looked like it was going to be his race unless something absolutely unforeseen happened. So congratulations, Alex Palou, winning the Indy 500 and then getting the milk dumped on him. That was the part that my kids loved and were also completely grossed out by, the fact that you're taking a glass container of milk and just pouring it on your head.
Kind of weird, I know, but old school tradition.
Better milk than Coca-Cola, though. I can't imagine wanting to have Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. I would not want to have that dumped on me, though. I would never get out of my clothes for the rest of humanity. I would just have to burn all those clothes. In the NASCAR circuit, the Coca-Cola 600 was run. We had, as I lost my notes there, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
As I lost all my notes. No, they ran away from me.
It's okay,
It was a good race run, and I completely lost who won it, so I apologize.
It's all good. I got you. It was an amazing race. Loved it from start to finish, except for the finish, because freaking crap, man. My guy William Byron leads like freaking over half the damn race, setting a new record, by the way, of most freaking laps led at Charlotte for this race and losing. Yeah, hasn't been done since the 60s. Not fun. William Byron, man, dominated until the very end, but you gotta love the story, man. Ross Chastain crashed. Okay, he crashed, sent him to the back of the field. This was during practice or qualifying, and he started 40th. While Ross Chastain silently crept up the entire race. Last few laps, takes the lead and wins the damn thing. He started dead last and won the race.
No, see, that's the kind of stuff that I like in auto racing, where you have that last to first. It obviously it takes just like in any other sport, it takes 1.5 million things all breaking your way, but starting from the last spot isn't a death sentence for that race, that you can still win even when you've got the deck stacked against you. It can be done.
It's insane to think, right? Absolutely insane to think that this happened, but it did.
It did.
How about that?
And And good on them for making it happen too. All right, we're going to talk about a couple other topics here. We're going to switch off of auto racing here real fast before we take a break. We've got some championships to celebrate in the world of lacrosse. NCAA in the women's side, North Carolina took out Northwestern 12-8 to win the national title, their first one since 2022. Congratulations to the Tar Heels. Unfortunately, did have to come against Northwestern, a school that I do cover otherwise regularly here for the station, but still congratulations to the Tar Heels. Job well done, season well done, and congratulations to the Wildcats as well. Even though you come up short in the championship, it is still an appearance in the championship for Northwestern. They had not had an appearance for quite some time on the women's side. So congratulations to them as well.
These ladies really worked hard. And you know what, man? It was an amazing job for them. Not going to hang up on this one because we got a million things to go to in literally 30 more minutes of the show. But I will tell you right now, this was an amazing run for them. UNC wins it again. This is another one. Hey, they get it done. Fourth one. Good job, ladies.
Congratulations there. Over on the men's side, meanwhile, we've got Cornell defeating Maryland 13-10 for their first title since 1977. That means that they hadn't won a title since the original Star Wars came out. Yes, I'm a nerd. Silence. Yes, I'm a nerd. Yes, I'm a geek. Deal with it.
It's crazy because, Adam, they actually won all of the first freaking championship was 1970. So what I'm saying is they dominated when it first started, and then they just peace, and they left until now. I mean, it's crazy. Maryland, this would have been their 20-something, I think, if they would have won this one. So they knocked off the Giants. You seen it today. The tears. Coach was so excited. It was amazing. This crowd was rocking. Go Big Red, man. They earned this thing.
Well done, Cornell. Congratulations, Cornell, on that. Well done on that championship. All right, let's take for ourselves a quick little break here. And then when we come back, we're going to dive into something that's a little near and dear to my heart. We're going to talk some ice hockey. We're going to have some fun talking some pucks. This is the opening series here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back just after this.
What's up, Wisconsin sports fans? I'm Dan, diehard Baholic, host of the Wisconsin Whistle. Check us out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. We're talking Green Bay Packers, Milwaukee Brewers, Milwaukee Bucks, Marquette basketball, Wisconsin football and basketball, and all Wisconsin sports. Don't miss us each week, Wednesdays, 6 p.m. on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
And welcome back into the opening series here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Adam and Larry here with you for a few more minutes. So let's dive in as we wrap around everything that was going on in the sports world this week. And I'm going to be diving in now to one that a little near and dear to my heart, the Stanley Cup playoffs. They are in the conference finals, and we are seeing just sheer domination on both sides. We want to start Eastern or Western here, Larry?
Wherever you'd like, because it's going to be fun wherever.
It's going to be fun. Let's start out West for a moment, because it is shaping up like we're going to have a rematch of last season's Stanley Cup final. So we'll start out West. The Edmonton Oilers, Stuart Skinner Zach and I will talk a lot more about this tomorrow on the Neutral Zone. We'll dive into some more detail on this, but the Edmonton Oilers with their goalie, Stuart Skinner, you are getting either everything or nothing out of it. You are either getting a shutout or literally only an 80% save percentage out of him. And in this case, the Oilers a dominant win over the Stars to take a 2-1 lead in the series. They're getting ready to do game 4 tomorrow night. This is really feeling like the Oilers are going to come out of this one after a little bit of a shaky start.
Oh, without a doubt. This has been a fun one. I mean, you watch what these Oilers are doing right now. They I don't know. They dominated the Stars. I think it's just going to continue. They looked amazing. They look like they caught their stride. Okay, we were 1-1. That's fine. We'll give you one. We're going to take the rest. I don't see them losing this thing. I'm sorry, Dallas fans out there hate me. It's fine. But right now the Oilers they're on a mission. The last year stung, and guess what? They're coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. And then over in the Eastern Conference, now we've got game 4 going on live right now as we speak. But the Florida Panthers, the defending champions, are absolutely destroying the Hurricanes. They are up 3-0 on the series. They won the most recent game 6-2. They have absolutely owned this entire series. Carolina's strategy basically for the last 10 years or so has been our defenses just play more offense. Florida's strategy of being so punishing and relentless is completely overwhelming the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes have not. Here's a crazy stat for you. The Arizona Coyotes have won a conference championship game more recently than the Carolina Hurricanes have. The Arizona Coyotes don't exist anymore as a franchise.
Oh no. Yeah, that wow. What a stat.
The Hurricanes, they have been so good at getting to this level, getting to this spot, but they absolutely unequivocally just cannot get the job done once they get into the Eastern Conference Final, whether it's Freddie Anderson coming up lame or the offense just being completely and totally ineffective or just running into a buzzsaw like they are with Florida. Now, the Hurricanes are currently up 1-0 and just about the end of the second period, but to me, that's not going to be good enough to make that hold. You are going to need more. I do not think that we have seen the winning goal, the game winning goal be scored in this game by any means at this point yet.
Oh, for sure. For sure. This has been such a crazy deal. I freaking love hockey. I'm sorry. This is like the greatest sport ever. I don't know. I feel like you can get anything at any moment, but with this series, I feel like I don't know. I just kind of feel like you said, collision course again. Just going to throw it out.
The Stanley Cup playoffs, biased opinion by far, obviously by me, co-host of the Neutral Zone here on IE Sports Radio. You catch us tomorrow night, 9:00 Eastern time, Zach and myself. The Stanley Cup playoffs are the best playoffs in North American U.S. sports specifically. You might get some better stuff elsewhere in the world, but right here, right now, this is it. These are the playoffs, and game sevens are just appointment television. Cancel your plans and watch this. If it goes to overtime or if it gets to a game 7, that is the thing to do. I don't think that's going to happen in this game, though. I fully expect Florida to get the job done and punch their ticket into the Stanley Cup final here tonight. All right, Zach and I will talk some more hockey tomorrow evening on the Neutral Zone here, 9:00 Eastern time. For now, we are going to flip over and talk about the WNBA. The season is underway. It has not come without some controversy early on. We have already had Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark round 1 and everything that entails, but we've got a couple teams off to some terrific starts already on the season. The Minnesota Lynx 4-0 to start the season. And then the defending champion Liberty 3-0 to start the season, playing extremely well. Meanwhile, the bad teams continue to be bad. The Chicago Sky, not only are the Sky losing, they are losing at a historic pace through their first couple of games, getting absolutely blown out against Indiana and then again against New York. They were in it a little bit better yesterday, but still 0-3 to start the season. And then the Dallas Wings and the Connecticut Sun also just having a brutally slow start to the season in the WNBA.
It's been something to watch. I mean, yeah, you're right. It hasn't come without controversy, but quick and dirty for the WNBA. The Lynx are incredible. They look good. This team is coming. They are coming. They've won titles in the past. They know what they've done. This is a young team. They're looking pretty good. Oh, they're kind of mixed. But at the end of the day, the Liberty, guess what? Sabrina Ionesco and her crew, man, this team is strong. They're ready to go. They just won it all. In last September, they're coming to do it again. They're 3-0. Like I said, it's an extremely early season. The damn season just started like a week and a half ago. But at the end of the day, these two teams are now looking strong. But regardless, these teams down here kind of aren't that good. The Sparks are like one game better than these ones, okay? So I'm just saying,
not much.
My team isn't doing very good either. But regardless, though, looking forward to lots more WNBA action. But I'll tell you right now, Adam, don't be surprised if we see those two teams down there come playoff time.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me. And with New York also, dude, no Courtney Vandersloot, no problem for the Liberty. They move on from the assist queen and they just keep right on rolling. That's what good organizations are able to do. They're able, they recognize when it's the right time to move on from somebody, and they're able to just adapt and keep continuing to have success. So
yes.
The New York Liberty, Minnesota's 4-0. To me, it's the New York Liberty are the tops of the WNBA right now, and that's where we're going to go. Larry, I know I screwed up the outline earlier. Do you want me to take the assigned break now, or do we want to do we fit in one more?
Let's keep pushing. Let's get to the next break. Screw it. Keep pushing.
All right,
Let's have fun.
Rapid fire. Here we go. All right. Major League Baseball. First of all, you can hear much more in depth every Tuesday night here on IE Sports Radio with the Bullpen Bulletin, the triple headed monster there. Alden K, Mike Pat, and Ricky K. Excuse me, as I botched it twice there. They do an amazing job breaking everything down in the MLB, but we'll rapid fire get you caught up here. Starting the American League East, Yankees, they're the Yankees. They're just going to keep right on rolling, doing what they're going to do. The Orioles, a horribly slow start to the season, trying to get things moving a little bit, but still some struggles there, especially with the pitching there with Baltimore, just not able to have the sustained success. The American League Central, the Tigers, they figured out how to unlock Javier Baez. My Cubs heart loves seeing that Javier Baez in center field of all positions is getting it done and having great success. Got thrown out of the game earlier today, but Phil Cuzzy's an interesting guy to have behind the plate as an umpire, and he definitely was wrong in his assessment there. But still, the Tigers doing a great job in the American League Central. You've got some good teams going behind, and then of course you've got the White Sox pulling up the rear. They're continuing to pull up the rear. And out west, the Mariners, the Seattle Mariners having success at the top of the division. The Astros not super far behind them as well, but then you've also got the A's. What do we call the A's now? Because they're not in Oakland. They're not in Vegas yet. Do they really want to be the Sacramento A? For now, I'm just calling them the A's. They're the homeless A's. That's what we're going to refer to them as on this show until further notice.
That poor team. I don't even know what the hell's going on with them, but at the end of the day, guess what? They're going to Vegas. We know they're going to Vegas, whatever. That's why I'm including them in the Vegas stuff. But regardless, Yankees are the Yankees, right? Orioles better call up, like, who was their last solid? Mark Hendrickson. I don't that was going back to the 90s. I don't know. They better call somebody because this team looks like crap. So yeah, this horrible. Tigers. Oh my gosh, look at them Tigers. Go Tigers. Making things happen. I'm loving it, man. Out in the AL West right now too. The Angels aren't looking so bad, even though they still suck. I mean, when you sweep the Dodgers, I guess you're doing pretty good. But then again, the Dogs aren't looking so good either. So anyway, we'll see. But the Mariners and Astros, I'm loving the race. This is a fun deal. And then again, just looking at the A's, they suck.
They do.
More to say. They suck.
Mm-hmm. But it is Memorial Day now, so we are officially allowed to look at the standings too at this point. Because that's always the thing in the first month and a half of the season. Hey, don't actually look at the standings. Everybody's still kind of figuring out who they are. We're at Memorial Day now, so we are officially now allowed to look at the standings. So yes, we're allowed to say that the A's are terrible. It is now official. We are allowed to say that. Speaking of terrible, though, the National League West, the Colorado Rockies have taken a terrible to a whole new experience. I'm a Chicago fan. I'm a Chicago guy. I thought last year's White Sox were bad. These Rockies have taken bad to a whole new level, to a whole new extreme as they are in Chicago against the Cubs this week. They lost to the Cubs earlier today, 3-1. My goodness, this Rockies team, they may not win 30 games this year. They are only on pace for about 34 wins, which is atrocious and awful.
I'm sorry, they suck. They're really fun to watch in the worst way. Kind of like last year with those White Sox, like everyone fielding the ball and then step away and watch it drop, or somebody not paying attention and the ball gets smack somebody in the head, that kind of stuff. So yeah, bloopers.
They are like watching a train wreck or a car accident on the highway. You just can't help but stare. You don't want to. You want to look away, but you can't. Meanwhile, in the National League East, the Phillies, they're holding on to a slim lead over the New York Mets. The Mets had a little bit of trouble with the White Sox today. Did get the win, but there is some trouble in the standings, if you will, at the very top there in the National League East. It might be a tighter or more wide open race than we thought it was at the start of the season. National League Central, the Cubs have been so impressive through the early part of this season. They are continuing to do incredibly good things. The Cardinals, though, trying to catch up to them. And then in the National League West, the Dodgers, they've got the lead, but they have cooled off a little bit. We'll see what they can do. Sunday Night Baseball, the Mets last night did win that and did win the series overall, but then having a little bit of trouble. Having a little bit of trouble today with the White Sox. That could be just some holder. You're playing late night baseball. You're playing a West Coast. So all those kinds of things. You do have Yankees Dodgers later this week. That'll be a fun series. That's you get all the old timers together at that point, and everybody always celebrates and enjoys that. So
that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, the Dogs this year have been anything but what I've wanted them to be. It's been a little frustrating, especially with this crappy kind of start. But the Padres cooled off. Sorry. But I'll tell you right now, the Padres, they kind of fell off a little bit. Who the hell are the Giants? I'm sorry. Where did you guys come from? Because they're like hot on the tail of the Dodgers right now. So the NL West is fun. And then obviously you have like that running joke, or the Rockies, or AKA Raider baseball. So I mean, hey, you're getting that right now. So just fun stuff all the way around. So fun stuff. Anyway, so there you go, man. What more do you say? This week's gonna be a lot of fun though. Yankees Dodgers, looking forward to it. Let's see what happens this week, man. I'm of course rooting for them Dodgers, but let's see what happens.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna talk some softball real fast. And Larry, I gotta let you grab this one for a second. I'll be right back. But we're talking some NCAA softball right now. The World Series is coming up both for collegiate baseball and collegiate softball.
Well, here we go. The bracket has been set. You guys, I'm excited, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to this one. I love the fact that we have, obviously, the dominating team, freaking the Boomer Sooner, baby. This team looks so good. Oklahoma, the number 2 team in the nation. Crazy to think they weren't number 1 this year, but obviously, well, we'll talk about that. I guess Angela and Fred will get more into that next, or tomorrow, that is. But oh my gosh. Talk about an incredible year. Oklahoma looking for 5 years straight at the top, man. This is going to be awesome seeing them. Boomer Sooner. Let's see what they do. But Oklahoma domination looking good in that first bracket. So bracket number 1 here as we get to the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City, I guess, AKA home for the Sooners. These Lady Sooners getting ready to take on Florida, Texas, and Tennessee in a little round robin style in bracket number 1. And then in bracket number 2, we have UCLA, Texas Tech, Oregon, and Ole Miss. So certainly looking forward to that. I love these brackets. I love it. I'm enjoying watching I've enjoyed watching the regionals and the super regionals to this point. Some tough honorable mentions. South Carolina played so well. Florida State this year. Clemson, crazy. These were some teams that we didn't see, right? We just didn't see falling out that we could have possibly seen here in the Women's College World Series. but anything happens, right? Anything can happen. And again, UCLA this year looking for a title. This team also looking extremely good. We have ourselves a very fun bracket. The men's baseball bracket actually just got released today. They did selections today, but I'll tell you, this is awesome. This is going to be so much fun to see these teams go head to head, especially here with this softball World Series. So, with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and move it forward a little bit into selection. Again, Angela and Fred are going to be doing their thing, so really excited for those two getting their show going tomorrow on Tuesday. They're going to be giving you lots more college softball and college baseball. Again, the bracket got released today. Super excited for those. I mean, I guess we have a little bit of time here because I know good old Adam said he'll be right back. So we do have a few moments here. Take a look again, as I said, as Oklahoma looks for their 5th title in a row. Incredible. Can they do it? No one ever pulled off the 4-peat before. Well, now they did it. Can somebody actually pull off the 5-peat in the first time of ever attempting it? Well, let's see what happens. But again, more on that tomorrow with Angela and Fred. And then, of course, coming up tomorrow, they're also going to be getting in to the men's college World Series, or at least the regionals, if you will, and then super regionals. But today, the bracket did get released. It's a lot of teams. So tomorrow, I know they're going to be going over it, but some big time notables to look into. Oh my gosh, of course, number 1, Vandy getting in. I mean, that top 25 is going to be so much fun. Leading off the Nashville bracket. Texas, UCLA this year looking sharp. They're coming at number 15. Florida State at number 9. Number 5, UNC. How far are they going to go? The team who just won it all not too many years ago, Oregon State, number 8 team. LSU and the baseball factory, if you will, at LSU dominate. I mean, they've done so well this year. So again, guys, we are looking at so many great teams going head to head in these regionals. We have the Fayetteville bracket here. Arkansas leading the way, the Auburn bracket. So anyway, looking like we're going to have a lot of fun, guys. I am ready to roll. But with that said, let's get it, man. Let's go ahead and get Adam back in here. Sorry about that. Some craziness happening here, but let's get Adam back in here. Regardless, good stuff, right? We really look like we're going to have some fun here. USC is actually back in the postseason. Crazy. Talking about that too. They're going to be in the Corvallis bracket, as I talked about right now. Oregon State, St. Mary's College, TCU, and USC. So, you guys, this is going to be a lot of fun. Again, more on these two brackets tomorrow on the Women's College World Series final bracket, if you will, and the men's baseball regionals with Angela and Fred. But, man, quick little dip in the pool there. I am excited for some postseason stuff on the diamond in the college world.
Indeed, absolutely. You get to the end of what would be the school year, and you get to all the playoffs and all the championships there. It's always a fun time to be a collegiate athlete that time of year.
Oh, it is. It is. It definitely is.
All right, so let's go back into the professional world for a moment. We've got in the NBA playoffs, we've got the Timberwolves in the West up 2-1 after a blowout on the Knicks. The Knicks have really struggled in this series overall, just holding on to leads and not showing up. We've seen it all. We've seen it all kind of from them as well. Just not being there, not having good quality performances whatsoever in this series.
Yeah, right. I mean, right now the Timberwolves, the Thunder are actually leading the Timberwolves 65-57 at the half. So more on that tomorrow as well with Angela and Fred. They're going to be talking a lot more basketball than we are tonight. But man, what a series so far for the Wolves. What a year for the Wolves, man. As they say, hashtag Wolves back, because they really are back. This team looks good. I haven't seen them play this good since Garnett. Okay, so I'm just saying this team looks really, really strong. And then, of course, the Knicks, just wow. Wow, Knicks, yeah. They pulled one out last night. Pacers still looking good, though. I'll tell you right now, the Pacers, we haven't seen a team look this good from the Pacers. Reggie Miller? So I'm just saying this is exciting times in the NBA. Finally, we're getting some parity.
Yes, exactly. We're getting some different teams showing up and some different teams to talk about. It is going to be fun. It is going to be kind of cool all throughout the basketball world there. All right, we're going to do some quick hits here before we wrap up the show. We're just going to do just a couple of quick all around the sports world here. In the boxing world, Manny Pacquiao to face Mario Barrios in July, coming out of retirement for this fight.
It's crazy.
I guess you make the purse big enough and sure, he'll come out and fight.
Crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it makes me mad. I till this day, I love boxing. I always will. It just makes me very angry that we can't get the fights we want. That's why I know people love MMA for that reason, because we didn't get Pacquiao Mayweather early enough, which makes me mad. But I will say this should be fun. Let's see what Pacquiao can do in his older age versus Mario Barrios.
Indeed. Well, we'll see. We will see. We will see. That fight's coming up in about a month and a half from now. So that gives them plenty of time to do all their prep and all their angling, and I'm sure the purse will be well worth it for both of them. And spring football in the UFL, the playoffs are set coming out of the USFL. We've got the Michigan Panthers taking on the Birmingham Stallions in the semifinal, and then in the XFL. Yep.
Basically, yeah. Here, go ahead.
Basically. And then in the XFL, you've got the Battlehawks and the DC Defenders getting ready to do battle. And then the winners will take on for the UFL championship.
I was going to say, wait for next week because, Adam, we have one more week to play in week 10. But it's not going to matter because the other teams it's crazy. There's 4 in both. 2 are incredibly good and 2 really suck. And it's crazy to think that all 3 Texas teams are really bad. Crazy. So continue.
Texas is the football state except for professional. That's how that works.
I gotta love it. Oh my gosh.
Zipping on over to tennis real quick. The French Open is live and going through. Now I know that they're going to be talking a little bit more about this tomorrow as well, but we've got the French Open going, and we know that there's always this, you get into the majors, and it's always the fun time of year to be paying attention to tennis.
Oh yeah, this is exciting. Obviously earlier we had obviously January with the Australian Open. Now we're getting the second one. We got Wimbledon coming up this summer, obviously in New York in September, the US Open. But let's see if Alcaraz can do it again for the men, and looking forward to that whole deal there. Also, we got coming back for the women's. It was if I'm not mistaken, Iga, right? Iga Swiatek, I believe, or forgot her name, but yeah, let's see if these two can make it happen again. Tennis is such a crazy sport, right? I mean, did you know? Fun fact: anybody can show up to the basically to the prelims. It's if you can win to get in the tournament. Crazy, right?
Hey, if you're willing to put yourself out there, why not? What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? National League Lacrosse, the Buffalo Bandits.
Yeah.
Their 3rd consecutive lacrosse championship, 7th overall. Our dear friend Patty, as soon as I saw this, I immediately thought of our dear friend Patty Bax, used to be host of the Buffalo Huddle here on IE Sports Radio. And I immediately thought of her because I know she loved going and reporting on the Bandits. So I immediately thought of her.
It was such a good year for these guys. They did it again, 3 straight, man. Really cool. Patty's such a big fan. Hopefully they were there, her and Fran. Great job to them. 3rd freaking championship in a row, 7th overall. What a job to the Bandits, defeating Saskatchewan out of Canada. This has been a great special year for them. Let's go Bandits. I'm very excited to see them.
Indeed. Absolutely. All right. And then we're going to take a quick dive into the soccer world, and then we're going to call it an episode for this first preliminary opening series show here on IE Sports Radio. In the NWSL, the Kansas City Current, they are playing extremely well. They are dominating. It helps everybody when you wind up playing Stars FC. You wind up that is just an automatic 3 points at this point because the Stars don't score. The Orlando Pride, though, the defending champions, also playing extremely well, getting off to a great start, defending their title. As apparently I broke Larry. That is my goal, by the way, on these shows.
It's like playing the Raiders. Like, oh, that's a win. Like,
well, there's 3 points. There's 3 points in the standings. Over in MLS, Philly and Cincinnati are dominating the East. Vancouver, meanwhile, is leading things out West. So some strong starts there, but it is early. It is very early in this season. There's still, it is too early to call it for anybody in the MLS.
Yeah, I mean, the Kansas City Current for the ladies, they're looking great. Orlando Pride, obviously, Martha, doing her thing there. At the end of the day, you have these dominating teams there. In the MLS, obviously, it's crazy to see Philly and Cincy up there. I love seeing the fluctuation. Vancouver, let's go Whitecaps. The Galaxy, the damn season started in February, and we haven't won one game. I'm just saying, so yeah.
They haven't thawed out yet. It's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
next. The UEFA final coming up here in about, 4 days. Galaxy 15 games without a win, and they still want. Hey, I'll say this for Stars FC, at least they figured out when it was time to get rid of a coach when you're losing games.
Exactly.
A fan brawl in a football game. Shocked to say I can't believe it. That I'm surprised it took this long, frankly.
This is why I love hockey, because you brawl in the game. Exactly. The guys fight. You don't have to fight in the stands. They fight for you. Anyway.
Exactly. They fight for you. That's how that works. Coming up, we got PSG versus Inter in the UEFA CL final. So that's coming up here in a couple of days as well. Larry, it looks like you have thoughts on that.
Oh, let's go Inter Milan. That's my team forever. I'm sick of PSG. Let's go. I hope we win this damn game. Next.
There you go. And in the CONCACAF final right after that on this coming Sunday, we've got Cruz Azul versus Vancouver. All right, this is going to be terribly biased on my part, but if Cruz Azul doesn't win that game, Cruz Azul is going to win the game. That's just where it's going to be.
Okay, let's see if they get it done. I'll pick them as well. Vancouver's been good. They're great in the MLS, but I don't know. Okay, fun fact here. I think out of all the CONCACAF champion leagues, Mexico's won 34 of all of the finals, and the US has only won 3.
Look at how important soccer isn't in the United States.
Exactly. I mean, this should be fun. Yes, right. LAFC places Club America, of course, on the 31st. They do in a space, which is going to be really, really fun for the Club World Cup. So anyway, they play them. So
that'll be really fun. That'll be really fun for Club America to get a nice warm up there into that. So
that's terrible.
Barcelona also won La Liga. Congratulations to Barcelona. And Club America also won Liga MX. Liverpool and Bayern finishing on top. Lots of good international soccer. Just keeping us up to date on all that as well. Shin Pads and Shenanigans, one of the best named shows on IE Sports Radio. One of my personal favorites. You can catch her every Sunday breaking everything down. She does an excellent job too, breaking everything down. Coming up this weekend, and then we are going to call it a night here for this first version of the opening series. We'll, get this more worked out and ironed out as we go along. But for right now, that's why it's episode 0. We're all figuring this out together as a fan base. It's all coming together. Coming up this weekend and beyond, of course, the NBA, we'll see if they have their finals wrapped up. My thinking is the conferences will be clinched and we will be into the finals. In the NHL, absolutely by next weekend, we will know who is going to be in the championships. Absolutely. Yankees and Dodgers in MLB. That's going to be a must watch. It's always is whenever those guys get together. And then, collegiate baseball and softball. We've got the regionals underway, and we've got everything going on for baseball there.
Yes.
Good things going up there. And then it is racing season as well. So lots of good races coming up this weekend as well. In the F1, you've got the Spanish Grand Prix this Sunday. Nashville is coming up in NASCAR. That's down in my dad's neck of the woods. They'll be having all kinds of fun there. Some good tracks down there. The Grand Prix of Detroit over in IndyCar. The Hot Rods are going to be out in New England. The Nationals are next Sunday.
They just left. Where's Evansville? Illinois.
Yes, they were just down there burning up track, making all that work.
Route 66 Nats.
There you go. Game of the week coming up in the WNBA, the Liberty and the Mystics. That should be an excellent game as well. Oh,
No,
Halifax
absolutely.
Ties of the Northern Super League. Oh no. Oh,
It makes
no.
sense. Yes. Continue.
Oh,
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here,
oh
Adam. Push, push,
no.
push.
No. 1 point. That means what? They've played to a draw once and otherwise they've just lost every game. That's
Basically, that's the Galaxy for you this year.
wow. That's terrible. That's terrible. And then UFC card 316, the big card coming up here in just about 2 weeks.
Couple
We know
weeks.
that Marcus Los Great will have everything broken down for you on that.
It's
That
been
is
fun.
That is going to do it for our first ever opening series. Episode 0. There's a reason we called it episode 0. We're working out the kinks, but stick around with us. We will figure this out, and we will make this all tick and make it all go. Big shout out and thank you to each and every single one of our sponsors here at IE Sports Radio. Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet. Go to planetjerky.net to place your order. They are still offering free shipping on all orders of $50 and above. Thank you to them. Thank you also to Vital Apparel, the brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. When you go to vitalapparel.com to place your order, be sure to use promo code IESR at checkout. That'll get you 50% off of your gear. And then you're helping a good cause. So, you're making your own body better. You're helping make somebody's mental health better. Why would you not want to do that? Right. Seal the Deal wax seals from Cecilia B. Larry, of course, knows her very well. Go to iesportsradio.com/seal the deal wax seals. Look, let's face it. You're putting mail out every single day. You may as well let people know it's coming from you. Get that personalized stamp seal of approval. Then everybody will know that is indeed coming from you. Cecilia will help you personalize it and make it your own. Larry, thank you for hanging out with me during this as we figure this all out together. This was a lot of fun, so thank you very much.
Oh, this has been fun. Adam, thanks again for having me tonight, man. I look forward to even jumping on for you next week, man. This has been a lot of fun. Looking forward to having a lot of our insiders jump on here. Jess and everybody saw Alden K in the chat. Everybody, Taryn, Rodriguez. I will see all of you guys on Wednesday on the defining moment. Of course, tomorrow you will see Angela and Fred. Tuesday evening, Jen will be taking the airwaves on Thursday, and of course Ricky to end you off for the weekend on Friday evening. So looking really excited to start this 5-show deal per week. Make sure to give us a follow everywhere, you guys. This has been a lot of fun. Adam, Monday nights are going to be so much fun having you on here. Dude, enjoy. I'm so glad you took the show, man. This is going to be a lot of fun. Check out our insiders, iSportsRadio.com, where you want to go. Follow us everywhere, y'all. We didn't go nowhere. We just got a little bit of a change up. The new era is here.
Sounds great. Everybody have a great week. We will see you tomorrow night. Peace out.